So let's talk about the training process a little bit more.
Yeah.
And the first thing we want to do with a dog before we actually start training any kind of commands is we want to create engagement with our dog.
Okay.
Basically, we want to teach him that we're trying to teach him something. Yeah, so we want him to move along with a food treat, for example. So we're assuming now our dog is food motivated. And we're going to manipulate his body just with food. Get him to turn around, get him to sit down, get him to do something. It doesn't matter what that is.
How do we do that?
We just basically hold the food in front of his nose, wave it around, and get him to follow it.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, then either my dog isn't food motivated or the food that I have isn't a high enough value and I have to find something else.
Your dog's picky.
My dog's picky. Could be very well that he's picky. But that's what we're doing. So we're manipulating his body, his movement with food.
Okay.
And that teaches him a couple of things. It teaches him he can get this if he does something for me. And his job is not to try to figure out what that is. And he is interested in that because he's food motivated, he wants the food. Yeah. So he's going to try that. What do I do? I have to do? Follow him and sit around, sit down, whatever.
It's like, what do you want?
Exactly. What do you want? What do you want from me? So that's the thing. So the moment he does something I like, and it doesn't matter what that is. We're not looking for a specific behavior or command, just something. It could be sitting down, looking at you, coming to you, walking around you, it doesn't matter. The moment I get something I enjoy, I say yes.
Okay.
And I mark the event with the word yes. You could use a clicker, but I don't like clickers. You have to carry them. I can just use my voice. I have that with me all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
So I say yes. And so I mark the event. And then after I say yes, then I give them the food. So there's a little bit, there's a step in between. So manipulation of movement, yes, and then the food. So my dog learns 3 things in this process by doing this. One is, well, there's a food treat, and I have to do something. I have to figure out what that is. So that's number 1. The second thing he learns, if he does something I enjoy, he hears yes. So yes means, something must have been right now. I've done something good. And the third thing he learns, yes means also food, because every time he hears yes, there's going to be a treat involved.
Right.
So he learns with a marker, there's going to be some reward coming. Now, the reason the marker is important is because dogs live in the moment. So what that means is, if you have 2 events more than a half a second apart, more than a second apart, they disconnect in the dog's mind.
Okay.
So if your dog sits down and you wait a second and then give him the treat, he's going to enjoy the treat, but he will have no understanding that treat was for sitting down. No? Yeah, so he's still going to enjoy it, but he doesn't understand I rewarded him for doing this. So it's disconnected. By using a marker like yes, I can mark the event in the exact same moment. The moment the butt touches the ground, that's when I say yes. So that's the event that I'm marking, and then I'm giving the treat. So I'm building a crutch into that whole process that allows me to mark the event in the right moment.
Mark the event.
Mark the event. So the concepts are engagement, getting my dog to do something for me, and marker training. Mark the event and then give a reward. Any questions about that?
No, I just want to meet your dog.
You want to meet my dog? So you're ready to meet my dog?
Yes.
Okay, excited. Let's get Sylvester and let's get started.
Yes, please.
Okay, so to show you some of those things, I brought one of my own dogs along. This is Sylvester.
Hi, Sylvester.
Hi, Sylvester. You are.
Hi.
He's a
He's so
he's a
cute.
pretty boy. Yes, he is. He's already ready to lie down.
Oh my!
He's done with training.
Hi.
So Sylvester is a. Oh, you made a new friend, Sylvester. That's awesome. Sylvester is a 7-year-old German Shepherd.
Okay.
And he's actually a certified Canine Good Citizen by the American Kennel Club.
What does that mean?
He was certified as being a dog who behaves himself well in public, with other dogs, with people. And there's a certification by the American Kennel Club, the American Dog Group. And so he knows all the commands that we're going to teach him already, but that's fine for presentation purposes. So it makes it easier because we probably wouldn't have the time to teach a dog who's never done this before in this segment. Okay? So, the first thing we're going to do, Sylvester, come here. Yeah, good boy. Come get up. The first thing we're going to do is going over the engagement activity we talked before.
Okay.
So, as I said, we're going to use a food treat. And this is freeze-dried chicken that we're going to use here. He kind of likes this. There's something he likes even more. We'll get to that. But this works for him.
So one of the tools that you're talking about.
Exactly.
Food. Okay.
Exactly, one of the food tools. So I'm going to use this food now to get Sylvester to do something for me. And it doesn't matter what it is. So I want him to, in this case, just come to me. That is great. He's done something that I like. Okay. So excellent. So I'm going to give him the treat. So I keep him interested. And you can have more if you do something I want. Aha! There you go.
Even though you didn't tell him to sit?
I didn't tell him anything. It's not about he sits down because he wants the food. So if the nose goes up, the butt goes down, and the dog sits down. That's actually how we lure them into these positions where we use food. We get them to do it, and then we end up adding commands to that. We're going to use this again later. But clearly this is working for him. Huh? So we just have to keep it close and get him barely to it, and then he moves his body. This is just about moving his body. Move your body a little bit more, move a little bit more. Come around. There you go. He's following me. He's staying engaged. It's about him engaging. Huh? And he's following me, and that's good, so you get something for that. Okay? Does it make sense?
Yes.
You want to try?
Yes, please.
Okay. Here's some chicken.
Okay.
Get him to move. Sylvester, stay with us.
Here's Sylvester.
Get him to do something. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm going to try the nose up, butt down thing.
Up, so there you go. You got it.
Oh my God.
You got it.
It worked.
It worked. Excellent job. Good job. Both of you.
Good trainer.
Wonderful. Quick study. He has done this before once or twice. Just saying.
Excellent.
So that's the engagement activities. You can see what he does when we have a food treat. Now watch what happens if you take something that has a much higher value for Sylvester. Because
what would that be?
Yeah, that's a toy.
Oh.
And this toy that he loves the most is a tennis ball. Any tennis ball.
Really?
So he is food motivated, but he is way more tennis ball motivated. Look at that. Now
He's already like
he is
much
already.
happier.
Now I have his interest. Now I have it. Look at him. Look at him.
Wow.
Oh, he can't keep his eyes off the ball. He can't keep his eyes off the ball. There you go. He likes tennis balls. He really does. Hup. Tennis balls are his world. So he's very tennis ball motivated. I can get him to do anything with a tennis ball. I can move his head inch by inch. If I want to take a nice picture, just move the tennis ball and he can look around. So very nice.
Do you have to go through a lot of tennis balls? It seems like he would.
He does destroy them. I try to not have him to do this for too long. Because, chewing tennis balls is probably not the best thing in the world, but he gets them every once in a while when we play and throw balls.
Excellent.
So, okay. Good. Are you ready?
Yeah. What else can you show us?
Yes. So this is the engagement activity. So after we've done that, I actually have my clients do this for about 2 weeks to get the dog really interested in that, and he really learns. We're trying to teach him something. You have to follow along here. And after we've gone through this conditioning, then we're going to start working with commands and teaching him specific things like sit down on command or stay there for a moment.